Good morning. Happy Memorial Day. And thank you for setting aside time this morning to watch this, or this afternoon, whatever time that you're going to watch this. Memorial Day is a day that we set aside to remember those that have given their ultimate sacrifice, both men and women, for the love that they had for this country, for our preserving of our rights, giving their ultimate sacrifice of their lives. Now we're going to touch on one of the most famous verses in all of Scripture that is used primarily for this day. And we're going to add to that Scripture some verses and give maybe not just my observation of the day, but hopefully many others. And if you don't think this way, hopefully by the end of this video you may see a deeper meaning to what Memorial Day and what sacrifice of these men and women that they're soldiers that give up their lives for us. So the verse that I'm speaking of, one of the most famous verses for this day, is found in John chapter 15, verse 13. And that verse is, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Now that verse set aside, it's saying that the greatest love that you can give is your life for your friends. Now this, of course, we represent it for soldiers, but this primarily is Jesus is speaking of himself on what his sacrifice would be. He says, I love you so much that I'm willing to give up my life for that. So we're going to go into comparison between what Jesus did and what we see as the American soldier in Memorial Day. So I may go back and forth just briefly, but let's go to the next verse, verse 14. It says, "You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you." So this is, you are my friends if. So this is meaning that it's attached to, you are my friends if. It's a conditional. That's what the word I was looking for. It's conditional. You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. So we could see, if you tie those verses together, no greater love, greater love hath no man than this, and a man lay down his life for his friends. And you can see if friends is those that are loving him, that if you're my friend, you do whatever. So the loyal friend, so he gives his life for his loyal friends. You can see that connected. We go to verse 15. "Henceforth I call you not servants, for your servants knoweth not what the Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you." So this is a loyal friend that understands what his mission, why he did what, his ultimate sacrifice was. So, he gives his friends insight into what he's doing. So if you take that, spiritually speaking, you can see, or biblical speaking, you can see that, you are my friends, you are my faithful friends. I'm giving my life over to faithful friends that understand what I'm doing. Now you could put that together and you can say that that's a saved person. A saved person understands what he did on the cross. A saved person, honors him and loves him and does what he's supposed to do. It is that they're friends to Jesus. You wouldn't be a friend if you were lost. You wouldn't, do and love him, and observe his commandments and understand what he did. So it would be a Christian. Now, if you take this same aspect and you put it towards patriotism, you put it towards, the love of the American flag, you can say that, greater love hath no man than this. Let me read that again. "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." So you could say the soldier lays his life down for, and then you can go to, "You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you." loyal. So the people that have American stuff and that, love the American flag and honor it and, observe it, take off their hat, for the American, the Pledge of Allegiance, that they have respect and honor for people that have given their ultimate sacrifice. They understand that the rights that we have not just was written in, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, but that men and women gave their lives. So loyal to that. And they understand that. They're educated in that, and they understand that the freedom didn't just happen. However, men and women that gave their lives on Memorial Day didn't just do it for patriotic people. Jesus didn't give his life just for people that would love him and respect him and do it. He did it for everybody. So let's hit on another verse. Matthew 26, 47 through 50. So let's go to Matthew chapter 26. Matthew 26. I should have them marked. I'm sorry, but let's see. Matthew 26, 47 through 50. So 26, 47 through 50. And this is, Jesus is betrayed by Judas. This is what these verses are. So, and while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with them a great multitude, with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he, hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Jesus and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And this is the main verse that I wanted to, but I wanted to build up for it so we can see that Judas was one of the 12 disciples. He was one of the ones that understood that, that he gave, Judas was obedient to him at one point, but he was disobedient to him and betraying him. And we can see that he kissed him. So it was an outward form of affection. He kissed him. I guess we don't do it in this country, but kissing, on the cheeks and stuff. Some countries they do that as a greeting. So let's go to verse 50. And Jesus said unto him, Friend, this is Jesus speaking, it's in red, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Jesus and took him. So we see one of the most important factors in this. Judas was there to betray him, and he calls him friend. Now, we learned earlier that, friend is the person that understands, that is, opened up for the understanding. So he understood, but yet he betrayed him. So we can see Judas as somebody that is unfaithful, undeserving, that is apart from the ultimate purpose and reason for what Jesus Christ came for. So he is the opposite of loyal. If you take that same concept and you turn that into, patriotic, somebody that is not patriotic, somebody that is not loyal to the flag, that is not loyal and, respectful for the flag and what it stands for, because he was complete opposite to what Jesus was standing for, because he ultimately wanted to crush him and ultimately, betray him and hand him over to the Pharisees and to the scribes. And later on we learned that he was ultimately crucified. He went under Pontius Pilate and was crucified. So he betrayed, if you want to use a patriotic aspect, he was against, I guess, everything that the sacrifice stood for. He portrayed that. So in Romans 5:8, I always use this, but God commendeth his love toward us, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So if we use the same concept that we found out in Scripture today, that the American soldier, if you're using, in a sense, and if you place Jesus with the American soldier, just as a comparison, that the American soldier, when he gives up his life, he doesn't do it to patriotic people alone. He doesn't do it to those that are loyal, to those that understand fully. He does it to people that maybe even spit on the flag, that openly may appear to be, loving to the flag and honoring to the flag, and they may even, come up and show the kissing, but that's only means to portray the person. So we see somebody that is against the flag, against the purpose, against what it stands for, and yet that soldier is willing to die for that person also. So as we raise the flag and as we give respect and honor to the men and women that serve this country, and we as American patriarchs that understand it, we need to understand that those people died for the same people that wish to destroy this country, that wish to just betray everything that it stands for. And they may even seem patriotic and may even seem loyal, and they even may kiss and show some form of respect, but inwardly they have no respect at all for the American flag, the American way of life. But the soldier and Jesus both died, and they didn't really give much attention to. They died for both. They died for the righteous, they died for the sinner, they died for the patriotic person, they died for the person that is against the flag. So when you see the flag raised up and you see banners and you see people that don't respect the flag, we as American patriarchs, we take our hat off and we respect it. But even if the people that you see that they don't respect the flag, these people still died for them. And so as Christians, if you don't bow your knee to Christ and you don't give him respect, just know that he also died for those people as well. So happy Memorial Day. I just pray that this would give more of an understanding, and hopefully I made it clear enough to understand. We need to respect the American flag. We need to respect the people that gave their lives for this blessed country. But we need to understand also Jesus Christ and his sacrifice, that he didn't just die for those that were righteous and loyal to him, but he died also for the sinner and the ones that betray him. So God bless you. Happy Memorial Day. And thank you for watching.